Hello everyone, Loremaster of Sotek here, and I hope you're all having a lovely day and a wonderful morning. We've got some exciting stuff today. I'm very excited for today. So real quick before we get into the actual video, which I'm sure you've seen from the thumbnail and everything, we have Adepticon tonight. Apparently there's been lots of like leaks all over the place, so I'm going to be avoiding those things because I haven't seen anything yet. But please do consider joining me live tonight at twitch.tv/Loremaster of Sotek for the Adepticon stream. We have a reminder bot on our Discord that like translates it to your local time if you want to have a reminder, which I'll have a link to that down below. But in any event, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's event, which is going to be the new Chaos Dwarf footage that we have from Creative Assembly, which is for Drazhoath the Ashen. So I'm very excited. Let's dive in. Oh my god, look how good that... So we're at the Black Fortress. Man, that looks like straight out of Tarmacon. Whoop. Oh, there's a skink! There's a skink in Drazhoath's lands! So that's a skink from the Dragon Owl faction, I think. And this is like a full-on movie. I like how it's not even a chameleon skink, it's just a regular Rambo skink. Whoa. Man, the music for this is so good. Oh, juice. Alright, so it's like a full-on lizardman ambush. God, love me some lizardmen. Whoa! The way he lights up his axe with Frazier. The Legion of Asgore.
Sorry to start with not much context in the middle of a battle, but these lizards have been on the horizon for ages, so it's about time I gave them what they deserve. And who better to deal out the punishment than the leader of the Legion of Asgore himself, Drazhoath the Ashen. Now is the perfect time to show those who'd scorn him what his dark brilliance is capable of. We'll hit them with what I've been calling the Drazhoath 101. Artillery, firing lines, sorcery, skullcracker, and of course, the great beast Cinderbreath.
God damn!
Okay, now that they've been dealt with, let me tell you what Drazhoath and his angry legion have been up to. So, due to the Ashen himself being exiled to the Black Fortress so long ago, our starting position isn't exactly an easy one, as the Black Fortress is stationed right in the corner. We're at turn 25 right now, and we've made some strides. Okay. We've got some luck starting with a force lock.
So, this is like what they did with the Warriors of Chaos DLC, where every single one they're putting out, each of these Let's Plays, starts like later in the campaign than the ones before it. Which is good. I think that's a good way to like showcase all the different characters without just repeating the same footage. Oh, look, there's a unique building of Flayed Rock. Oh, that's so good. So Flayed Rock, really very cool place. Well, it's kind of a nightmarish place where the Chaos Dwarfs got so pissed about people constantly getting close to the Black Fortress that they made Flayed Rock, where they captured a ton of enemies and they literally flayed them alive and like posted their flesh all over this rock as a warning to anyone and everyone that would dare try to attack them. And because there was so much like suffering and death at this place, it has kind of like gathered magical energy to
province. Noblar country has been transformed into a strong, efficient output for raw materials and armaments. And we've got the Great Drill built and ready. Those freaky vampires over in the Caravan of Blue Roses over in the corner have been ousted from the Haunted Forest, giving us room for yet another tower on the horizon. Karak Krakaton on the Ivory Road has also been taken from some enterprising Skaven. We've got a guy holding it for the meantime, and we'll either push further in for more materials and labor from some big ogre boys, or make some peace with the lads for a nice, profitable relationship. We've also been doing a few sacking runs to gain labor near Imric, and I think he's getting to the end of his tether with us.
Know this, I will not remember you once I have slain you.
Very unfriendly.
And lastly, we've had the lizards, idling away on their little island in the far corner. They finally decided to pop their little heads up in our part of the world, saw our beautiful chaotic selves, decided that we didn't fit the great plan, and they were having none of it. And, well, we saw how that went.
Cinder Breath looks. Look, he's got like
being
little,
in our little.
What the? He's got little goblins and chains hanging from his body. I'm assuming they're dead. Like, they have to be. But the idea that they're alive and just trapped on this horrifying flaming bull is just so funny. Like, they're just like, oh god, it's so, like, they're just getting sick constantly. Presumably they'd be dead because you would literally be roasted alive being trapped that close to a Bale Taurus. But man, look at the horns on that thing.
Being in our little corner doesn't mean we haven't gone out to see the world, though.
Oh, nice.
We deployed a convoy to go fetch us some labor. It did cost us a pretty penny in armaments.
Okay, so this convoy, first of all, I like the little meter with the train. Okay, so this 100% confirms that the convoy mechanic is the Cathay mechanic. Presumably, it's going to be better than the Cathay mechanic, and I'm sure it's going to make the Cathay mechanic feel old and outdated already, despite the fact we've had that mechanic for less than a year. Or no, just a little over a year now. But, whoa, so it looks like they're... what is this? It looks like they're losing 400 armaments, but they're gaining 1,000 laborers?
But with the incoming labor, we can hit the ground running with our...
Oh, look everywhere you can go. So you could trade with the Haunted Forest, where the vampire counts are, Titan's Notch, the Volary with Kairos, the Crystal Spires, the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. So it's Cathay, but you get to trade with the bad guys. You have another one that goes off this way. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Look at all the different directions it goes.
Thriving, happy workforce. And
oh my god, wait. Look, you can trade for different resources. So here you're losing gold, but gaining laborers. Here you're losing gold, but gaining raw resources. Here you're losing armaments, but gaining laborers. Here you're losing armaments and gaining gold. Yo, that's so fucking cool. So they are able to trade for different resources. That's so good. And I love that it leaves from Zarnagrand. So regardless of who you're playing, you always leave from the same place. As opposed to your capital. Like, so if you play as Zhao Ming or Miao Ying, you leave from your capital, whereas opposed for the Chaos Lords, they all leave from Zarnagrand, which is very clever.
But we can hit the ground running with our thriving, happy workforce, and instantaneously build ourselves a brand new industrial powerhouse. And I know just the place to manifest it. Gorda's Backstabber, a legendary hero and a hobgoblin of renown who's more than proven himself useful to our cause, has been sent on a little excursion to the Plane of Bones. Another 4-stack province I think we can make some real use out of. We need all the raw materials and armaments we can get as we gear up to take on the Karaz-Karak expedition. Their army will be a great sacrifice to Hashut, as well as a clear and open message to the rest of the Tower of Zar that Drazhoath is back and means business.
Okay, so there
what
are
better way to
dwarf
send a message to the other Chaos
fight
Dwarfs than completely crushing our non-chaotic counterpart? To get that, we're going to need armaments to up our capacity and capabilities in the Hellforge.
Yes!
So, welcome to the Hellforge. Your one...
Whoa! This looks good. Look at this. Spend armaments to forge additional standard issue weapons and armor for units in each category, increasing their unit capacities. The number displayed beneath the unit cards indicates the current unit capacity. Increasing total capacity in a category gradually unlocks more powerful forgecraft options. And the manufactory specified by the tooltips on each category's progress bar. So you've got, so they can have up to 4 warriors, 3 Infernal Guard, 1 Infernal Ironsworn. Okay, so Infernal Ironsworn are officially confirmed as a generic unit, not Regiments of Renown. So we have that 100% confirmed. That is really cool. I like that a lot. So that means the Immortals are Regiments of Renown. Cool. So we know that for sure now. We got Blunderbuss, 4 Blunderbuss, 2 Fireglaive, 1 for each Great Taurus, Lamasu, Bale Taurus, Fireborn, Destroyer, War Machines, where we've got the Skullcracker, the Iron Demon, the Lava Cannon, Deathstreaker Rocket, and Dreadquake Mortar. Then we've got the Hell Cannon, and then 1 Render. Okay, so here's all the categories. Though I don't know, I feel like they could fit in some more at some point if they wanted to. But manufactory? Oh, show me more.
Stop shop for all things terrifying and most likely Geneva Convention breaking. Luckily though, Geneva's not here.
Geneva?
As you can see, we've upgraded capacity for certain units, namely Chaos Dwarf Warriors
so what's the
and
stuff
their
on the
Blunderbuss
left?
brethren.
Okay, that's...
We'll want to bolster this number out a bit more as we progress.
Okay, so on the left, it's how many capacity you've unlocked. But what... So they have 4 capacity here, which is unlocked this bonus. This one, they only have 1 capacity, so they haven't unlocked this yet. But what
as well as
do
bring
you
in some
unlock?
infernal units and war machines. It's not
Show me
all about
more.
numbers
Hi,
though.
Sadie.
As we increase how many units
Show
we can
me
recruit,
more.
we can also unlock additional upgrades for our units. These can be quite
Holy
costly,
shit!
and they'll add on to
What
our
the
armaments
fuck?
expenditure per
Look how... Oh my god, look how many options there are. Melee infantry. So all of your melee infantry, 25% spell resistance, frenzy, charge reflection, sundering attacks, immune to contact effects, cause fear, 10% physical. You can give the glittering scales passive? Holy fuck. Dude, that is insane. So glittering scales is an item you have to equip normally on a character that makes you lower melee attack upkeep. Oh, so you pay armaments per turn? What the? Oh my god. Are these 3 slots? Can you have up to 3 of these at a time?
These can be quite costly, and they'll add on to our armaments expenditure
this
per
is
unit
sick.
per turn. But it'll increase their effectiveness in the field. Okay, that's a lot of talking and...
Well, okay, but... Oh my god, that is so much stronger than like... So, wow. Okay, so they don't customize each unit. They customize a unit type. That
a lot
is
of war planning.
Sick!
We need the
That's
space
sick!
for these grand machinations,
Oh my
and
God,
we're
dude.
starting to outgrow Noblar country. We've got a lot of laborers
Nobody
here,
outgrows
and they
Noblar
need
country.
new assignments. The Iron Fist of the Legion and the fiery anger of Drazhoath and Cinderbreath are pointed firmly at you, Imric. Pigbarter's garrison is seriously lacking, almost as if Imric did the classic High Elf thing of looking down his nose at us for too long. It's a common misstep, nothing that a happy hobgoblin and an infernal engine can't fix.
Look at it go!
Chaos Dwarf Warriors aren't the quickest, but Gorduz and his hobgoblins are perfectly capable of holding their ground until they arrive.
Show me more.
Once they're in, the Knights of Caledor will get acquainted with the
God.
tidal wave of iron and hatred that is the DAAI.
Wow, that was quick.
Well, we've certainly forced Imric's hand now. This, however, isn't our only front. For starters, we do have some issues to deal with in Noblar country. As we're going on the offensive, we're going to be gaining more labor, which can actually have its issues. Control back in our home province is dropping quite heavily due to the labor populace. I imagine they're all talking, you know? Talking about such frivolous prospects like
Okay, so we see you
bathroom
can sacrifice
breaks and
laborers.
lunch hours. I bet they're even considering the concept of paid overtime. We can settle their
I
little
think they're just considering the concept of
ideologies
being
by
paid.
utilizing labor to rush production. But I'm going to keep my
Chaos Dwarfs are literally just Amazon.
is in line for a few turns
Okay,
by
so plus
setting
10
an
control.
example. A missing guardrail here, a wrong type of ladder handed off there. This should hopefully keep matters in line. Our other front is the caravan. If we're unlucky, there might be many hardships on the road that we'll encounter. Chaos Dwarf hardware, after all, is nothing to scoff at. And to say that we're proficient in making enemies is, well, it's quite the understatement. If they fail, it's going to make creating a new industrial zone a lot more difficult.
It sounds
but moving
good
on
too.
Pig Barter has opened our eyes to a potential contingency. Darkhold is part of this province, and it happens to just be a ruin. I don't buy that for a second though. Where there's ruins, there's rats.
True.
And where there's rats, there's a possibility that big, man-sized rats that don't know what am I doing. We're not the Empire, we're the DAAIs are. It's Skaven. There's Skaven in them there hills.
Lies! There's
and
no
if
such
I
thing
have
as
to
Skaven.
diversify my upcoming workforce, you bet I will. Oh, look who it is! Stinking rats. We'll be hitting the rats with the same tactic we had in Pig Barter. We'll pepper them with artillery as well as magic from Drazhoath, utilizing Cinder Breath's flying speed. At that point, it's all iron, gunpowder, coal, and hate. Choo-choo! Oh, come on, you know what?
Dude, that's literally it's like the bitch I'm a bus meme. Like, the way it just runs. Man, the animations on the Taurus looks amazing. And that train is just running over people very
so my anger might have gotten the better of me, and by doing this, we may have made things a bit more difficult for us here by angering the Skaven, which leaves us with a dilemma. On one hand, we're already taking land from the Knights of Caledor, and it'd be proficient for us to keep our labor in this region alone. However, on the other hand, Clan Rictus might be a little sneaky, and could potentially try to sneak up on Noblar County, while our primary legion is destroying Imric's boys. We need to recoup our losses and muster some new units. So for the meantime, we'll hang in Darkhold and see what happens. So we've hit our first dilemma with a convoy here. If we spend cargo, we'll get less dilemma with a
A cacophony of roars and feral shrieks rings out ahead of your convoy. A dark elf beastmaster approaches. By the look of his shackled beast, he has recently returned from an expedition into Norska and poses a little threat. His retinue of hunters visibly weary and battered from their run-ins with the Northmen and critters of the tundra. With a tired Druki sneer, he offers the convoy one of his creatures in exchange for some supplies. Though we care little for the dark elf's plight, such a beast could be useful against further threats. You could get a black fucking dragon in your convoy?
If we spend cargo, we'll get less labor coming in.
Yo, decline the trade, accept the beast. So, okay, if Cathay gets an event, they get a hero, which granted, the hero is pretty cool. You can get like a high elf noble or an empire captain or an ogre hunter. You can't get a fucking black dragon though. Where's my Cathay caravan that has like a goddamn steam tank?
But on the other hand, I'm not really up for saying no to a dragon. Speaking of dragons,
take the fucking
dragon nerd Imric himself has left the fortress of Vorag. I guess I'm not the only one with a potential Skaven issue, but it'd be foolish not to pounce on the opportunity. So let's move on in and make ourselves welcome, shall we? Time is of the essence, so we've no time for siege weapons. We're utilizing ladders, the Skullcracker for the gate, and Drazhoath brutalizing the gate garrison.
Okay, so here's a new spell. We didn't get to see what it does.
Once we're in, let's let the Skullcracker let loose.
Whee!
With our guns on the wall, we run.
The fire glaives! They're nice and punchy sounding, I like it. And Gordoz looks like he's having a great time. Ooh!
With the Knights of Caledor overcome in their fortress by iron and magic, it was only a matter of time before they crumbled before the Legion of Asgore.
Okay, so that's his second spell and his first spell. Nice.
The fortress of Vorag is ours, and a tower is
Oh, look
raised
at
in
that.
Hashut's glory.
So you could also increase the level. So, wow, that's really nice. So if you decide to make it a tower instead of a outpost or factory, you can also immediately level up the tower to a higher
And we
tier.
earned ourselves a new gift in the
Good lord.
process. The DAAI Fireborn.
Oh,
Demonic fire
they look so
elementals
good.
bound by Chaos Dwarf sorcery and adorned in Dawizar armaments. Their ferocity makes them exceptional
They
flank
look
troops,
so good.
and precisely what I want in my army. We do, however, have more trouble on our hands. First off, we have this hero unit hanging around outside, and she's ruining the vibe, to be honest. Gordas, deal with her. Gordas, way to go, mate. Truly living up to that surname.
Oh, look, he's got dice. That's such a cool little animation. Yeah.
Our convoy is under
Oh
attack.
my god, that's so fucking adorable. He's got fucking dice, dude. All right, so we've got the Demon Spike Crucible for Drazhoath the Ashen. Forged from meteoric iron and blighted gold, quenched in innocent blood and bound with slain hellbound souls. The Crucible is said to have been the handiwork of the ancient Chaos Dwarf sorcerer Asgore himself. Gives a passive ability, Demon Spike Crucible. Ooh, I like the new marker. So this is a quality of life thing. I like the new little eye showing that you can mouse over it. +5 leadership for your army, plus 10% range for all spells. That's not bad. I wonder what the passive is.
Mate, truly living up to that surname.
It looks like Gordas has his own purple items.
Our convoy is
love
under
that he's got
attack,
dice.
and a
That's
strategic
amazing.
question for the ages has been posed to us.
A wandering convoy of our weak-willed former kin has stumbled into our lands. Their very presence here is an offense to the Father of Darkness, one that we should wipe away with blood. Now, do we slaughter them all or massacre them? Annihilation, perhaps? So many choices.
Do I slaughter or do I massacre? Never before.
Okay, so so this is a reference to the dwarf event. There's a dwarf event where you have the ability to like revenge a grudge, essentially, and it's like, you get a choice, but it's the exact same regardless of what you choose. And this
Has
is
a
the
question
same.
been asked to a general
It
that is
doesn't
so
matter which one you pick.
intense? I'll think on it as I crush these DAAI into dust.
You got,
And I'll let
you
the
get
result
fucking
determine
dragons with
which we
dwarves.
did,
You
whilst
get
Drazhoath
dragons
marches on
with
Imric
dwarves.
at Anarel's tomb.
Oh man, that's so good, dude. Shields. Man, dwarfs are gonna have a horrible time fighting Chaos Dwarfs. How are they gonna stop the trains, man?
I think I'll deem this one a slaughter. I love dragons. Maybe Imric had the right idea. So all that's left in our grand plan is taking
Poor guy's
Anarel's
just gonna run
tomb.
over.
I like what you did with the province, Imric, but I think we can do better. No hard feelings, mate. It's just business.
Man, the wings on the
Imric has brought
Taurus
the
are,
numbers,
like,
and while we're not lacking
huge.
ourselves, we're going to have to use our units to our advantage. Our firing lines have the capacity to drop whatever he throws at us, at the speed of however quickly they can
my lord.
reload. He's also trying to send some archers around the side.
He
but
has
we can
projectile
counteract that
trails
with the
turned off.
speed of the fireball.
Oh my god, dude, the Fireborn looks good. What is with all the little sparks? See all those blue and like sparks?
The Kadai aren't the only people bringing the fire, though. Give him a taste, Cinderbreath.
Okay, so Cinderbreath. Okay, Cinderbreath has a
Our
breath weapon
Skullcracker
attack.
is already
Very
getting
cool.
started by tending to the fields. A bit preemptive, we've only one now, but hey, we need a nice place for Cinderbreath to relax in.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely
him
love the
frolic.
Fireborn. So, okay, whenever he attacks, whenever he's attacking with the Fireborn or with Cinderbreath, that's when those sparks are coming up. So I'm wondering if that's supposed to be communicating something to the player. I mean, both of them have blue and red. Both of them have magic attacks, and both of them have fire attacks. So maybe that's trying to indicate, hey, this is dealing fire damage and this is dealing magic damage. Because yeah, that's probably what it is. In which case, that's another quality of life feature just to communicate more information to the player, which is nice. That's
so,
good.
with Imric off the board and these lands firmly under our control, we can get to further bolstering our infernal machine and prepare to take on those pesky DAAI. This is a definite victory.
So Anural's Tomb is actually a really big deal. I really hope they have. So there's a new. So we see there's a new landmark in Darkhold. And it looks like there's also a new landmark in Anural's Tomb, which Anural's Tomb is actually a really, really important thing if you're a classic Chaos Dwarf fan, because Anural's Tomb was actually the featured battle in the Chaos Dwarf 5th edition army book, which was the very last army book ever published. I think it was 5th, it might have been 4th, but I've got it over there on the shelf. But Anural's Tomb featured the High Elves versus the Chaos Dwarfs, and was a really cool fight.
Despite our losses,
publishers did.
We'll need to regroup for a bit, gather our strength,
show the landmark,
and bolster
you coward.
up our army. Once we're at full strength, we march on the expedition, and we're gonna bring a new friend with us.
New friend?
Wait, hold on, what's that? Oh, so that's where you went, Tretch. What fitting behavior for a rat. We've established a bit of a foothold
I don't know
here,
if I like the way
and
you said
I want
that.
my province back under my full control.
Tretchy like it was a
has
slur.
made this personal, so I'm going to expend some of my labor to build a Dreadquake mortar, primarily.
Oh, look, you can give yourself army abilities. Prototype Mega Mortar. Oh, that's such a cool building. Bro, can we get more buildings like this that actually have like effects on the campaign? Like the province they're in? This is so cool for a building. So not only does it give you an army ability in local and adjacent regions, so it's not even province specific, it's region specific, and it can like leave the province. So that's so fucking cool. You can get Dreadquake batteries, like kind of like the Vampire Coast can get cannon batteries. But the fact that you can lower campaign movement of enemies in that region without having to use a province thing, that's so nice.
To hurt him. While I'm also preparing, as it will take us a few turns to reach Darkhold, I've also got some Conclave influence,
nice.
and floor 2 has...
So far he's unlocked the Armor of Contempt. Isn't that a 40... Isn't that the really powerful 40k ability in 9th edition that got debuffed that made a bunch of people really sad? That played like Sisters of Battle in Space Marines. Oh, look, plus 20. Okay, plus 20 diplomacy with all the chaos factions, plus 50% additional income from trade, 25 armaments per turn, and 5% additional armament output.
Opened up in the Tower of Xar. I still need a bit more
-1 construction time for all buildings. +1 conclave influence per turn for every factory settlement.
The unlocks here, and wait, hold on.
One of the seats was recently... Whoa, the AI can usurp seats.
Someone's taken one of my seats.
Oh, that's
Zatan!
cool.
Oh, come on, man. I thought we were pals in like a Cold War and not really pals kind of way. You're lucky you're the focus of the next episode, or I swear on her shit. Anyways, anger aside, we need to strategize.
The Black Fortress, dude,
I'm going
I
to
cannot
add
get over how good it
modifications
was.
in the Hellforge for our units to spice them up.
Show
as
me.
We're still lacking a bit in numbers,
The Rune of
and we
Frenzy.
need every advantage we can get.
So,
we're also bringing in
you
2
can
regiments
apply.
of renown. The Blazing Beards, Chaos Dwarf Warriors
the
with beards
Blazing
that
Beards.
filled me personally with fear, and Hashut's favorite engine, the Demon's Tongue.
Oh, the Demon's Tongue?
You brought this
Damn,
on
dude.
yourself, Tretch. I'm gonna scorch your earth and break
Thomas the
whatever
Tank
affront
Engine.
of vehicle technology this thing is. Ugh.
Okay, Clank
primitive.
Scryer weaponry looks downright silly next to...
I'm cursing that doom wheel with the curse of Hashut, just as Tretch's reinforcements arrive.
Ooh. You should show me what the spell does, but the effect looks really cool.
Right, so what does this button do?
Oh my! Oh, look at the seismic quakes from the Dreadquake mortar shot.
That's a really fun button. Well, we've successfully discarded any bravery those reinforcements of Tretch has had, which leaves us with a nice little
Whoa,
massacre
what the
to have.
fuck? Are those grenades? Where did those come from? Is that from the Regiment of Renown? Yo, the Regiment of Renown have grenades!
Successfully discarded any bravery those reinforcements of Tretches had,
Grenades!
which leaves us with a nice little massacre to have here.
Oh, that's so good!
I'd say
I forget
thank
what
you
they're
for the
called.
warm-up, but I think we're hot enough.
There is an official name for them, but I'll look it up in a minute.
Oh, so this one's a massacre. Ah, there we go.
Retreat! Surrender!
Yeah, you better run, you little shits.
Whew. Well, that was commendable, if dishonorable, Tretch. Have fun in the mines. Rat. So, with Tretch's forces blown to Kingdom Come, we've eked out a victory here, but the expedition
Dude, look
is
how
still
good
on the
the
horizon.
ocean looks.
I
With,
need
like,
to
the
take more time
fires
to
burning in
recuperate
it
and
from all,
rebuild
like,
my
the
forces.
oil and,
But
like,
I've got
refuse.
some spicy projects going on at the Black Fortress. It's going to be an interesting time for the Karazakarak expedition by the time I get around to them.
Show more.
So, here we are.
Oh, the
We've
Iron
rebuilt up our
Sword!
forces, bolstering here and there. We've got some nasty new tricks up our sleeve with a new tower seat. And we're throwing everything we can at this. We need
Man, they
them
got some
dead if we're
gnarly
going to show the
faces.
Tower of Tsar how badly Astragoth messed up for exiling us all our years ago. We also managed to summon a new friend into the fray for the battle too.
Oh, please.
Karazakarak expedition, say hello to the Kadai Destroyer.
Yes! Oh, look at it!
Luckily, we've got a meat shield line of laborers here too, which is convenient considering we took our time looking cool.
Oh
arriving
my
in slow-mo.
god, it looks
No
so
apologies,
good.
they
It's
understand.
drooling lava.
Let's sacrifice some DAAI, shall we? For her shit.
Here it goes.
We'll send the Kadai Destroyer in first to deal with their frontline units, to replace the grudges in their hearts with fear.
My good god.
Some lads are trying to pull a sneaky flank. I don't think the gyrocopters were ready for Cinder Breath though.
Oh, bro, those copters are totally fucked. Oh my god, look at, it like shoots out. Oh, I
Well,
love
the
the way
Kadai
they're
are out
swim-
here
Look
having
at the
the
way they're
best time one
swimming
can
through the
have while
ground.
bound to DAAI's technology. We'll use
Dude.
our new tower seat to spawn in even more Fireborn to
Whoa,
flank
there's
these
a
would-be
summon for
flankers. How
Fireborn from the Tower of Tsar? Fuck
Admittedly,
yes.
the only people here I feel sorry for, though, are the
Oh
laborers.
my god,
the
that
Destroyer
looks
is quite
amazing.
excitable.
Look at all the
But it's
explosions.
okay, we'll get more.
So this is a labor break.
laborers, right?
Oh my god, it looks amazing. God, that is a menacing fucking monster, dude. Dude, dwarfs need a DLC now more than ever. You gotta hand it to them. They're brave. Oh, he causes explosions just by punching the ground. Oh man. Stand proud, brave DAAI! Oh no, no honorable death for you, Slayers. Whew. Chaos Stores have an excellent theme. All right, so that's gonna be the end for today's footage. Looks incredible. Really glad we got to see the Kadai Destroyer. It looks absolutely fucking phenomenal. Very, very pleased with that. Drazhoath's campaign looks like a ball. Looks like there's quite a few new landmarks. I've already seen 4 new landmarks just in this trailer alone. We have landmarks, of course, in the Black Fortress. Then we had Flayed Rock, Darkhold, and the Tomb of Anuril, all with new landmarks, which is very exciting. Hopefully there are also some new landmarks for the other races, but just the fact that it seems like the Chaos Dwarfs have a significant number of landmarks makes me a very, very, very happy boy. I cannot wait. Drazhoath, I think, is definitely going to be my first campaign. With the Chaos Dwarfs, he's like the Chaos Dwarf character I love the most, just because he's the one that I came to know really well first, because I did not really get into like studying all the lore until after Tarmacon had come out. But just because when I was young, I didn't have all the money in the universe, so I couldn't buy old books that easily. But everything's looking absolutely incredible. Be sure to let me know what do y'all think down below. I think for me the most exciting reveal for today was the Hellforge. The Hellforge looks incredible. The fact that you can upgrade all the units of that type. I'm wondering if that. No, you know what? We did see that when he upgraded a unit right here. So it's 8, right? It says 8. But because he has 6 units in this category, it multiplies up to 48 per turn. So that's awesome. So it applies it to every single unit in this category faction wide. It's not by army, it's not by individual unit, it's by faction, or it's by your faction. So you're applying the frenzy buff to every single Infernal Ironsworn, Infernal Guard melee, and Chaos Warrior melee in your entire faction, which is absolutely incredible. That's such an awesome way to, like, because we've seen upgrade mechanics on units. We've seen it from the like the green skins where you can individually upgrade a unit. Drazhoath can individually upgrade forest spirits. And of course, Drazhoath the Unclean has the most advanced system, being able to take a unit and turn an individual unit, just like drown an individual unit in mutations. So like Drazhoath the Unclean is still technically untouchable when it comes to buffing a single unit, but the Chaos Dwarfs can buff all of their units simultaneously, which is insanely cool. So this for me is the winner for this episode, but also the convoy looks so fun. Like it looks like the dilemmas are much better for the Chaos Dwarfs. Like the fact that you can acquire other units from factions, like a literal goddamn black dragon is just amazing. Like I really enjoy that the Grand Cathay is able to get heroes from the other factions, but it kind of doesn't feel as cool as I wish it did, since the heroes don't level up, and B, you can't really upgrade them, so they don't like get new mounts or anything. It would have been really, really awesome to see that. But in any event, that's going to be it for this. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please let me know. And I'll talk to you guys tonight for Adepticon. Oh, it's going to be such an exciting day. Okay. Bye, guys.